Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a major development that has left many observers across Europe asking serious questions about the future of the European Union. The bold and coordinated moves by Denmark and Sweden have triggered uncertainty, debate, and intense discussion about unity, sovereignty, and the direction Europe is heading in. For years, the EU has been built on the idea of shared responsibility and collective decision-making. Member states agreed that cooperation was the best way to face economic, political, and security challenges, but recent actions by Denmark and Sweden suggest that this shared vision is being tested in new and uncomfortable ways. Denmark and Sweden have long been seen as stable, pragmatic, and deeply committed members of the European project. Their voices often carried weight because they balanced national interests with broader European goals. That's why their recent decisions have surprised many analysts and policymakers alike. At the heart of the issue is a growing sense that national priorities are beginning to outweigh collective EU strategies. Denmark and Sweden are signaling that certain policies, once managed primarily at the EU level, should now be handled more firmly at home. This shift may seem subtle, but its implications are significant. One of the biggest concerns is what this means for EU unity. The European Union has always struggled to keep all member states aligned, especially when economic pressures or security concerns rise. When influential countries take independent paths, it can encourage others to do the same. Supporters of Denmark and Sweden argue that these moves are practical rather than ideological. They claim that changing global conditions require flexibility and faster decision-making. From this perspective, national governments need more control to protect their citizens and economies. Critics, however, see a dangerous precedent. They worry that selective participation in EU policies weakens the entire framework. If every country chooses which rules to follow and which to ignore, the EU risks becoming fragmented and ineffective. This tension highlights a long-standing debate within Europe. How much power should remain with national governments, and how much should be delegated to Brussels? Denmark and Sweden have reignited this debate at a time when the EU already faces multiple crises. Economic uncertainty is a major factor in this situation. Rising inflation, energy costs, and global market instability have put pressure on governments to act decisively. Denmark and Sweden believe that national-level decisions can be more responsive to these challenges. Energy policy is another key element. Europe's energy landscape has changed dramatically in recent years. Supply disruptions and price volatility have forced countries to rethink their strategies. Denmark and Sweden are prioritizing domestic solutions that may not fully align with EU-wide plans. Security concerns also play an important role. With shifting geopolitical realities, especially in Northern and Eastern Europe, countries are reassessing how best to ensure their safety. Denmark and Sweden's actions reflect a desire for greater autonomy in defense-related decisions. These moves come at a time when the EU is trying to present a united front on the global stage. Whether dealing with major powers or negotiating trade agreements, unity strengthens Europe's position. Any sign of internal division can weaken its influence. Public opinion within Denmark and Sweden is also shaping these decisions. Citizens in both countries have expressed concerns about EU policies that they feel don't fully reflect local needs. Governments are responding to voters who want more national control. This raises questions about democratic legitimacy within the EU. While EU institutions are designed to represent member states, many citizens feel distant from decision-making processes in Brussels. Denmark and Sweden's stance resonates with those who want politics closer to home. However, the EU was created precisely to manage issues that transcend national borders. Climate change, migration, and economic stability are challenges no single country can solve alone. Critics argue that pulling back from shared solutions undermines long-term progress. Migration policy is one of the most sensitive areas affected by this shift. Denmark and Sweden have taken firm positions, emphasizing stricter national controls. This has reignited debates about responsibility, sharing among EU members. Some countries welcome this tougher approach, seeing it as realistic and necessary. Others fear it erodes the principle of solidarity that underpins the EU. Once again, Denmark and Sweden are at the center of a wider European disagreement. The reaction from EU institutions has been cautious. Leaders in Brussels are trying to balance respect for national sovereignty with the need to maintain common rules. Open confrontation could deepen divisions, but silence could encourage further departures from shared policies. Other member states are watching closely. If Denmark and Sweden succeed without significant consequences, similar moves could follow elsewhere. This could reshape how the EU functions in practice. There is also the question of legal boundaries. EU law is meant to be binding, yet it relies on member states' willingness to comply. Testing these limits creates uncertainty about enforcement and accountability. Historically, the EU has adapted through crises. The Eurozone crisis, Brexit, and the pandemic all forced changes and reforms. Denmark and Sweden's actions may become another catalyst for transformation. Some analysts believe this could lead to a more flexible EU with different levels of integration. Countries could choose how deeply they participate in certain policies, creating a multi-speed Europe. Others warn that such flexibility risks institutionalizing inequality among member states. Core countries could move ahead while others fall behind, weakening cohesion. The economic consequences of this uncertainty are already being discussed. Investors value stability and predictability. If the EU appears divided, it could affect confidence and long-term growth. At the same time, Denmark and Sweden argue that clarity at the national level can also attract investment. Clear, decisive policies tailored to local conditions may offer their own form of stability. This situation also affects the EU global image. The Union often promotes itself as a model of regional cooperation. Internal disagreements challenge that narrative. For neighboring regions and aspiring members, these developments send mixed signals. On one hand, the EU remains powerful and influential. On the other, its internal cohesion seems fragile. Leadership will be crucial in the coming months. EU leaders must decide whether to push back firmly or seek compromise. The choices they make will shape Europe's future. Dialogue and negotiation are likely paths forward. Denmark and Sweden are not rejecting the EU outright. They are redefining their relationship with it. This distinction matters. Unlike more dramatic exits, these moves suggest reform rather than rupture. The challenge is ensuring that reform strengthens rather than weakens the Union. Citizens across Europe are paying attention. Many share the concerns raised by Denmark and Sweden, even if they disagree with the methods. This reflects a broader desire for change within the EU. At the same time, many Europeans value the benefits of integration, freedom of movement, economic cooperation, and collective security remain popular. Balancing these competing desires is not easy. The EU must evolve without losing its core principles. Denmark and Sweden have forced this conversation into the open. Their actions are a reminder that the EU is not a static project. It is shaped by its members and their choices. The coming period will test Europe's resilience. Can it accommodate diversity while maintaining unity? Can it adapt without fragmenting? These questions don't have simple answers. What is clear is that the decisions made now will have long-lasting effects. Whether this uncertainty leads to renewal or division depends on how leaders and citizens respond. Denmark and Sweden have taken a bold step, and the rest of Europe must now decide how to move forward. As this story continues to unfold, it will remain a key topic in discussions about Europe's future. The balance between national sovereignty and collective action has never been more important. Thank you for watching, and if you found this breakdown useful, Make sure to stay tuned for more in-depth discussions on global and regional developments.